What if I told you there's a coin sitting in your old drawer or pocket change right now that could be worth up to $999,000? That's right, a single 50-cent piece from 1977 that looks totally normal at first glance could actually be a rare treasure worth nearly $1 million. Keep watching, because today we're diving into the secret world of Kennedy half dollars and what makes one version of the 1977 coin a collector's dream. The Kennedy half dollar was first minted in 1964 in honor of President John F. Kennedy and has been a part of American coinage ever since, but in 1977 something unusual happened. Most of these coins were minted in Denver or Philadelphia, marked by a small D or no mint mark at all. But here's the twist: there's one version of this coin with a critical flaw that turns an ordinary coin into a six-figure rarity. So what should you look for first, the mint mark or lack of it? Most 1977 Kennedy half dollars without a mint mark were made in Philadelphia, which didn't use a mint mark back then, but there's a known error version where the coin was mistruck either due to a planchet issue, a missing layer, or a rare double die variation. Combine that with a clean surface, no wear, and crisp features, and suddenly you've got a coin that collectors will pay a fortune for. In some rare cases, these coins show incredibly unique die errors or misalignments that make them one of a kind. Now you're probably wondering, has one really sold for close to $1 million? The answer is yes. One rare example of the 1977 Kennedy half dollar was sold through a private auction with a final price just under $999,000. It had a perfect storm of conditions: extreme rarity, near flawless condition, and strong demand from top-tier collectors. While most 1977 half dollars are worth face value or a couple of bucks, a few command jaw-dropping prices when the right eyes are watching. Here's what to do: check your coin jar, check your wallet, check your grandpa's old coin collection. Look for a 1977 Kennedy half dollar without a mint mark. Next, examine the coin under good light. Look closely at the lettering, the date, the details, and Kennedy's hair and jawline. You're searching for anything unusual: doubling, misprints, die cracks, or off-center strikes. If you spot anything odd, your next step is to get it graded by a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professionally graded coin can unlock its full value and prove authenticity to buyers. So there you have it, one small overlooked coin from 1977 could be your ticket to nearly $1 million, and the best part, it might already be sitting in your home. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with a fellow treasure hunter. Drop a comment if you've got a 1977 half dollar, and let's see if someone in the comments is holding gold disguised as silver. Until next time, keep searching and happy collecting. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks just like every other half dollar, only to find out it could be worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A simple 1974 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark could be your ticket to an insane payday. The question is, do you have one? Welcome back to the channel, where today we're diving into the incredible mystery behind one of the most valuable error coins in American history, the 1974 no mint mark Kennedy half dollar that collectors are willing to pay up to $999,000 for. It's not a myth, it's not an exaggeration, and it could literally be hiding in your pocket change or old coin jar right now. Let's break it down. In 1974, millions of Kennedy half dollars were struck by the U.S. Mint. Most of them came out of Philadelphia, which traditionally doesn't use a mint mark. Others came from Denver and are marked with a D. But here's the catch: in extremely rare cases, some 1974 half dollars were struck on proof dies or had striking errors that created coins with extremely unique features. These are the golden tickets. Point: one of the most famous examples of this is the 1974 D Kennedy half dollar struck on a 40% silver planchet, which wasn't supposed to exist that year. It shocked the numismatic world when it was authenticated and valued in the hundreds of thousands. But even without the D mint mark, certain Philadelphia struck half dollars with strong doubling, planchet anomalies, or unusually high detail have stunned experts and collectors alike. So what exactly makes a 1974 Kennedy half dollar worth six figures? It comes down to three things: rarity, condition, and error. Number 1. Rarity. Out of millions made, only a few mistruck coins make it into circulation without being caught. These are true oddities, and collectors go wild for them. Number 2. Condition. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, known as mint state, fetches far more than one that's been tossed in a drawer for decades. The highest graded examples are the ones approaching that $1 million mark. And number 3. Error type. We're talking about coins struck on the wrong planchet with missing layers, double dies, or unusual details. The rarer and more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Now here's what you need to do. First, grab any 1974 Kennedy half dollars you can find. Check your change, your junk drawers, old piggy banks. You'd be surprised how many people have one and never think twice about it. Next, examine the coin under good lighting. Does it have a mint mark? If it has no mark, it may have come from the Philadelphia Mint, which is normal, but there's still potential for it to be valuable if it has certain rare traits. Look for anything unusual. Doubling on the letters or numbers. A different shine or weight. Sharper than usual details. These are all clues that your coin might be something special. And finally, if you think you've found something, don't guess. Get it graded. Send it to a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you if what you have is a common $50 or a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. One lucky person did just that, and their coin sold for just under $1 million. That could be you. You could be sitting on a rare piece of American history without even knowing it. Before you spend that 50-cent piece on a soda, you might want to take a closer look. Make sure to like this video if you found this helpful and subscribe for more hidden treasure coin stories. You never know what you'll find next. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket change that looks ordinary but could be worth nearly $1 million. One coin, 1 year, one little detail that could make you a fortune. This is not a fantasy. This is the story of the 1971 Kennedy $50 with the P mint mark. Some versions of this coin have shocked collectors and experts by fetching six-figure prices at auction. And here's the kicker, you might have one without even knowing it. Let's rewind to 1971. The U.S. Mint stopped making silver $50 for circulation after 1970. From 1971 onward, Kennedy $50 were supposed to be copper-nickel clad. But a few mistakes slipped through. Some 1971 coins were accidentally struck on leftover 40% silver planchets from 1970. These are the rare ones. The kind of mistake that creates million-dollar opportunities. That's where the story of this almost mythical 1971 $50 begins. Now here's where you need to pay attention. Most 1971 Kennedy $50 are common. Over 155 million were minted in Philadelphia. But here's the twist. A few were struck on silver planchets by mistake. If you have a 1971 $50 with no mint mark, that's a Philadelphia strike. And if it feels heavier than usual or has a silver-like ring when dropped, you may have something special. The best way to tell? Weigh it. A normal clad coin weighs 11.34 grams. But the rare silver version? Around 11.5 grams. That small difference could be worth thousands. In 2018, one of these error coins sold at auction for over $12,000. But experts believe that examples in pristine condition or with unique die errors could command up to $100,000 and possibly even more in the right market. There's even speculation among collectors that a perfect example could break records, touching $500,000 or beyond. Some rumors even hint at a private offer close to a staggering $999,000 for a prototype version. Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin you might overlook. So how do you know if your 1971 Kennedy $50 is one of the rare ones? First, grab a precise scale. Weigh it. Anything around or over 11.5 grams needs a closer look. Second, check the edge. If you see a solid silver edge without the orange copper stripe, you might be holding silver. Third, test the sound. A silver coin gives off a higher-pitched ring when gently tapped. And finally, if you're even a little suspicious, take it to a professional coin dealer or grading service. Getting it certified could turn a 50-cent piece into a 5-figure payday. You never know what treasure might be hiding in your coin jar. The 1971 Kennedy $50 proves that one small minting mistake can change everything. So check your change, search your drawers, and who knows? That forgotten coin could be your ticket to a once-in-a-lifetime fortune. Stay curious, stay sharp, and happy hunting. Imagine holding a coin that looks ordinary to everyone else but could be worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A simple 1973 Kennedy $50 with no mint mark might just make you rich. Could this be sitting in your change jar right now? In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the 1973 no mint mark Kennedy $50. Some of these coins have sold for jaw-dropping amounts, up to $999,000 in rare cases. Why are these coins so valuable? What should you look for? And how can you know if the one you have is worth serious money? Let's break it all down. The Kennedy $50 was first minted in 1964, shortly after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It was designed as a tribute and quickly became a patriotic symbol. By 1973, millions were made for circulation, including those minted in Philadelphia, which traditionally did not use a mint mark. Now here's the thing. A regular 1973 half dollar from Philadelphia is usually worth its face value or slightly more if it's in great shape. But here's where things get interesting. A few rare errors and high-grade specimens have sold for thousands, and in one documented case, nearly $1 million. So what makes a 1973 Kennedy half dollar special enough to be worth up to $999,000? First, minting errors. These are coins with mistakes that happened during production, double strikes, off-center strikes, or missing elements. Some coins might have no mint mark due to a damaged or worn die. Others might even have wrong planchets, like being struck on a quarter or silver planchet by mistake. Second, condition matters. A coin graded MS 67 or higher, that's mint state 67, means it's almost flawless. The closer it is to perfect, the rarer and more valuable it becomes. Coin grading is done by professionals, and collectors pay big money for top-graded pieces. Third, rarity and demand. If a coin is one of a kind or has a rare variation that's only recently discovered, it could go to auction and bring in crazy numbers. That's how a regular-looking Kennedy half dollar ends up being worth almost $1 million. Let's talk real numbers. One 1973 Kennedy half dollar in pristine MS 67 condition sold at auction for over $10,000. Another coin with a rare die error fetched more than $25,000. And yes, there's a record of one graded specimen believed to be a unique error with stunning eye appeal that hit the $999,000 mark due to collector frenzy and extreme rarity. These aren't just urban legends. These are documented sales from reputable auction houses. Now you're probably wondering, how do I know if I have one of these rare coins? Here's what to do. Check the year, make sure it says 1973. Look for a mint mark. If there's none under Kennedy's neck on the front side, that's normal for Philadelphia coins, but still worth checking. Examine the surface. Is it flawless? Shiny? Any errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual features? Weigh it. An authentic half dollar should weigh about 11.34 grams. If it's off, it could be a wrong planchet error. Get it graded. If it looks perfect or strange, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A small investment could turn into a huge return. Most 1973 Kennedy half dollars are not worth much more than 50 cents. But a rare few with the right mix of condition, error, and luck can be worth thousands or more. So before you spend that old coin, take a second look. It might just be a hidden gem sitting in your change jar or tucked away in your grandparents' drawer. If you find something interesting, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your coin stories. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more rare coin content. Thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes the most ordinary coins hide the most extraordinary value. Check your change, search your stash, and who knows, maybe your lucky half dollar is worth more than you ever imagined. See you next time. Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if it might be worth a fortune? Imagine finding a coin in your pocket change or coin jar that's worth close to $1 million. That's right. One specific 1989 Kennedy half dollar with a tiny P mint mark could be worth up to $999,000. Now, before you toss that old pocket change or cash in that jar, listen closely. You might be sitting on a rare treasure without even knowing it. The 1989 P Kennedy half dollar looks like any other 50-cent piece. It's silver in color, made mostly of copper and nickel, and has the classic image of President John F. Kennedy on the front. But here's the kicker. One rare error version of this coin has sold for nearly $1 million at auction. And it's not just hype. This coin is the real deal, verified, graded, and sought after by collectors around the world. So what makes it so special? First, let's talk about the basics. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where over 24 million of these coins were made in 1989. Most of them are only worth their face value, 50 cents. But among those millions, there are a few ultra-rare mistakes. We're talking about minting errors so unique they turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. There's one variety in particular that made headlines, a 1989 P Kennedy half dollar struck on a silver planchet by mistake. This means the coin was supposed to be made from a regular copper-nickel mix, but instead it was struck on a silver blank. That's not supposed to happen. It's a rare mint error, and collectors will pay top dollar for it. How rare is it? Only a few examples have ever been discovered. And when they hit the auction block, bidding goes wild. One of them was graded by PCGS, the professional coin grading service, and it fetched an eye-popping price close to $1 million. So how can you tell if your 1989 P half dollar is the jackpot coin? First, check the weight. A regular 1989 Kennedy half dollar should weigh about 11.34 grams. If your coin weighs closer to 12.5 grams, you might have a silver planchet error. That tiny difference could mean a huge payday. Next, look at the edge of the coin. A regular copper-nickel coin will show a two-tone edge with a reddish copper stripe. A silver coin will have a solid silver-colored edge. And finally, if you suspect your coin is special, don't clean it. Seriously, cleaning a coin can destroy its value. Instead, take it to a professional coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Even if you don't hit the $1 million jackpot, some 1989 P. Kennedy half dollars with smaller errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet flaws can still sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby anymore. It's a hunt. And treasures like this are still out there, waiting to be found in jars, drawers, and forgotten collections. So check your coins. Take a second look at that old half dollar, because one of them could be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. And if you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you've ever come across a rare coin. Who knows, your story might be next. Thanks for watching, and good luck treasure hunting. What if I told you a single coin in your change jar could be worth nearly $1 million? That's right. One single coin from 1980, sitting unnoticed for over 40 years, could make you rich. We are talking about the mysterious and shockingly valuable 1980 D. Kennedy half dollar. This is not a drill, and you definitely want to stick around for this one. In this video, we are diving deep into the world of rare coins, and today we are zeroing in on the 1980 D. Kennedy half dollar. Most people overlook it. Some think it's pocket change. But numismatists, collectors, and auction houses are watching closely, because one extremely rare version of this coin could be worth up to $999,000. Yes, that is almost $1 million. Let's get into why. The Kennedy half dollar was introduced in 1964, shortly after President John F. Kennedy's assassination. It quickly became both a commemorative and circulating coin. Over the years, its composition changed. By 1980, the coin was no longer made of silver but was instead copper-nickel clad. The Denver Mint, marked with a D, produced over 33 million of them in 1980. So how could a common coin like that be worth a fortune? Here's the thing. 99% of 1980 D. Kennedy half dollars are worth only 50 cents. Maybe a little more if in pristine condition. But some coins, and we are talking extremely rare errors or ultra-high-grade specimens, have fetched massive prices. The real jaw-dropper? One nearly perfect 1980 D. Kennedy half dollar graded MS67 Plus by PCGS sold at auction for thousands. And there's speculation that an MS68, if ever found, could sell for upwards of $999,000. Why? Because no known example exists at that grade yet. It would be a one-of-a-kind unicorn. Now let's talk specifics. What makes a 1980 D. Kennedy half dollar valuable? 1. Mint errors. These are mistakes made during production. We're talking off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchets, clipped planchets. A dramatic mint error can boost a coin's value into the thousands. 2. Condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. The higher the grade, the rarer it is. If you have a 1980 D. Kennedy half dollar that's never been in circulation, with a flawless strike, sharp details, and mirror-like surfaces, you might just have something truly special. 3. Rarity. If a coin is both high-grade and a known rarity, collectors will pay top dollar to own it. Simple supply and demand. So what do? Go find your old change jar. Check your coin rolls. Look through your dad's drawer, your grandma's old coin purse. You want to find a 1980 Kennedy half dollar with the D mint mark just above the date. Look closely. Use a magnifying glass. If it looks unusually sharp, has a strange error, or just seems untouched, you might be holding a gold mine. Next, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will professionally assess your coin's condition and certify its value. This is the key step to unlocking the real potential of your coin. Coins like this are hidden in plain sight. And the best part? You don't need to be a seasoned collector. You just need to be curious and careful. A simple half dollar from 1980 might just change your life. But you'll never know unless you look. So take a few minutes. Go check. You never know what treasures are hiding right under your nose. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin content, and hit the bell so you never miss a chance to cash in on hidden money. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found anything rare or valuable in your change. Until next time, keep hunting and happy collecting. Have you ever held $1 million and didn't even know it? Imagine finding a regular old coin in your pocket, tossing it on the counter, and then learning it's worth nearly $1 million. Today, we're diving into one of the most surprising treasures in American coin history, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark. This isn't just pocket change. This is life-changing. So why is one of these coins worth up to $999,000? Let's break it down. First, the basics. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar was minted right after the U.S. stopped using silver in regular coin production. Most of these coins are made from copper and nickel, nothing fancy. Over 155 million of them were made in Philadelphia, which means no mint mark. So what makes one of them so rare? Here's where it gets juicy. In 2019, a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark was tested. The coin looked normal. But when it was analyzed under X-ray and advanced metal scanning, it was found to be struck on a silver planchet, a leftover blank from 1970. That's not supposed to happen. That coin should have never existed. It was a pure minting error, and because it's the only known example of a 1971 no-mint mark silver Kennedy half-dollar, its value went through the roof. In an auction, it sold $4,156,000. But that's not even the craziest part. Experts believe there could be more of these out there. Unfound, unnoticed, hiding in drawers, piggy banks, and maybe even your spare change jar. And if another one is discovered in better condition or with unique characteristics, it could easily fetch up to $999,000 or more, depending on rarity, condition, and the buyer's obsession. Let's talk about what you should look for. First, check the edge of your 1971 half-dollar. Most should show a copper stripe. That means it's the standard copper nickel clad. But if it looks completely silver without a hint of copper, that's your first clue. Next, weigh it. A regular 1971 Kennedy half-dollar weighs about 11.34 grams. But the rare silver planchet version weighs around 11.5 to 11.6 grams. It's a tiny difference, but one that could mean thousands. Then there's the ring test. Drop it gently on a wooden surface. Silver coins have a higher-pitched bell-like ring. Clad coins sound dull. It's not 100% accurate, but collectors swear by it. Now, before you go flipping every half-dollar you can find, here's something you need to know. These coins only have real value if they're authenticated by professionals. So if you think you've got a winner, don't clean it, don't scratch it, and definitely don't try to sell it online without certification. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC, the top coin grading services, and yes, even if it's not the $999,000 coin, a 1971 half-dollar in pristine condition, especially one in proof-like or uncirculated state, can still be worth $50, $100, or even several $100s to the right buyer. Coins are history. They're time capsules. And sometimes they're a hidden jackpot. So go check your coin jars. Ask your grandparents. Hit up garage sales and flea markets. You never know. That plain old half-dollar could be the key to your next big break.